we are enjoying this series of AI visibility, AI SEO topics, and we have an interesting topic lined up. So yeah, let's right away get into it. But to set the context here, for the folks who have already joined here and probably who are listening to the replay of this particular audio session on Spotify or any other platforms. So we have been part of this shift, and over the last 12 months, we have seen a lot of changes. I think so. Before this AI era, the leadership would ask SEOs, why are we not ranking on Google? But now the question has changed to why are we not showing up on ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and whatnot. And by default, the blame goes to the SEO team. But here is the uncomfortable question that we need to ask ourselves as SEO practitioners. If LLMs generate answers based on collective internet opinions, not just metadata or any internal links or any technical optimization, then is LLM visibility really an SEO problem? Or is it actually a brand problem? So today's session is about ownership, accountability, and budgets, because it's not only tactical, but this is organizational as well. So if we get this understanding wrong, we may misallocate budgets. SEO teams will be the most frustrated teams in the marketing and will underinvest in branding overall. So let's go ahead and unpack one core debate tonight. Who truly owns LLM visibility? Is it the SEO team or the branding and communication team? Let's dive into it.
Or a hybrid team. All right, fantastic to start with, and welcome back to episode 129 on SEO Talk. And as usual, we'll start with the basics and go further into it, peeling the onion, as I call it. Uh, the basic part, because in the title itself, we mentioned about LLM visibility. Fundamentally, what are we talking about here? If you can just start with that, just say putting the basics.
Sure, we can start with the basics, and I think so. Earlier, technical SEO was about crawling, indexing, uh, page rank, structured optimization, and whatnot. But as we all are now aware, and it's black and white, that LLMs don't rank pages. They predict answers on frequency of citations, on sentiment, on overall consensus of the specialist comments, and context across internet communities. So this clearly makes LLM visibility very much dependent on reputation plus the narrative strength of a brand and the overall ecosystem presence. So it's very clear now SEO helps in accessibility, but a brand builds association.
So you mentioned about citations and say few other parameters. So are we also talking about say focus little lesser on technical SEO at this point of time and look for branding opportunities, or are we again looking at balancing both?
Oh, that's a fantastic follow-up question. I would say no. SEO is still the foundation, for LLM visibility, because if the pages are client side rendered, if the FAQ questions are hidden behind the accordions, and there are n number of other factors affecting the overall, the way AI bots scroll the website. It's important for SEOs to understand and have those fundamental checklists in place, uh, in order to make sure that not only the search engine bots but also the AI bots also kind of go ahead and access the website in the best possible way. But I would love to know, what are the thoughts from other panelists, Isha, Kamlesh, if you want to share anything.
Hey, hi, Malhar, hi, Parth. Uh, I, I mean, yes, a very exciting topic. From past couple of weeks, the only reason I'm jumping in because I feel like this is like right now we are still at the stage of discovery. I would say in this particular topic, and everyone have their own assumptions, own hypothesis. So it's a good learning thing. So coming back to the question which you asked, uh, and and there's some places where I might have some counter thoughts which Parth just mentioned. So first of all, I think one thing which at least what I am viewing is uh, AI, or rather, if you talk about LLM visibility also, 80% of the work which a website or a brand has to do to get their visibility on LLMs is still being taken care by SEOs. There is only 20 to 30% gap which is filled by other people. So that's my point of view. Second point is that when we were initially talking about the brand team and the content team and the SEO team, I personally believe the brand and the content team cannot be isolated with the SEO team, because your brand position has to be part of SEO and vice versa. Because I think that is what we are for from past one at least last 6 months, we are pushing our team also, and we are educating most of the brand custodians also, that how much important it is for the SEOs to understand the brand. And that is why when we talk about the quality people in SEO and why there is people are still not able to sink in what where the things are, because SEO industry people doesn't at least majority of the one work on task and not on the brand oriented strategy. So that is one. And coming back to the point where you said that is the technical SEO uh, uh, not going to be part of it, this actually get answered with my first point itself, where I'm saying that 80% of the job is still the SEO which has to be done. And of course, the technical on page, off page, all combined has to be done, because uh, one hypothesis, which at least I am seeing, uh, and and I would say that I think the after Big Webmaster also launching their AI performance report, and that is what that hypothesis is still making sense for me, is that if you are uh, if you are ensuring that you are ranking on first page for a particular category or a collection of category or industry, you're by default uh, you're by default ruling the LLMs as well. So it's a very tricky thing to crack, but once you crack it, it is not too difficult. All you need to do is you have to be industry leader on or rather a subject matter expert on a particular theme where you want to be, and how to be a subject matter expert is a is a job of both SEO as well as brand.
So it was just starting right in terms of, say, from a LLM visibility point of view. Parth was mentioning about say branding is interconnected as part of the process, but I was also checking if when we say at this point of time, should we also stay invested in technical SEO or put
Oh
more
yeah,
amount of time on
yes.
branding, PR, etc.? Because that is how you can accelerate this getting discovered on LLM. So, what is the fine balance? Is it lesser technical SEO and more brand?
Recently, few days back, I have said my post related. I got a early access of web MCP, and I said like almost according to survey by I forget the name. What was that? Something. Uh, uh, Impreva, I guess. Yes, like 51% of traffic goes to like interface call. Let's say if I want to diagnose how to book a ticket, or let's say I'm on Swiggy and I want to like buy something, the LLM's bot needs to go there, like and check DOM and everything. But after web MCP, like this is part of technical SEO. Uh, because we as a technical person, we know how schema works, how like uh, what I want to say, like tokens and everything. So using this like as I already like said, my full documentation, we can directly ask uh, LLMs, hey, this is let's say search flight. This is a create ticket object. You can directly use this as a JSON, and so now ChatGPT or other LLMs can directly call and coordinate with JS call and like structured data instead of calling DOM and XYZ. So this is how we need to like think of, okay, we are ranking at first position, but how are we preparing for agent native traffic? Let's say some LLMs or someone is like coming on our landing page, but how we can make sure that any LLM can easily parse our like CTA and something like that. So yeah, technical SEO is like more important than before, I can say.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, at least I have someone for company. Okay. No, because and I think Parth and Isha both also mentioned that say some part of the core basics will remain the same and it has to be focused on equally, uh, if not more, but you still cannot ignore the basics of SEO. So with that, I'll switch over to little on the brand side and say, okay, why is, and this is something say all of us are facing. I regularly have connects with my management and suddenly they are saying, okay, why blah 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 is coming on your LLM, but we are not there. They are being talked about it, but we are not. So why are they just starting to panic now, or it's too early to start panicking and things will smoothen out going further? Yes.
Um, yeah. So the thing is, in the earlier scenario, a couple of years back before the AI era, let's refer to 2022, 2023. Even if there was a little bit of traffic drop, maybe 5% or 10%, you just go ahead and check like, hey, our positions have dropped from position 2 to position 4 or 5, and this is the reason. Let's go ahead and do some more research. Why have we lost a couple of positions? And let's try to regain the traffic. But because of AI, the leadership panics because uh, we don't at all appear in the answer. Earlier, if we were not visible on position 1 or 2, maybe we were on 3, 4, 5. Position might have dropped by a couple. So at least the brand was visible in front of leadership on the Google SERP. But with the AI overviews and with other interfaces of surfaces, So yeah, until unless your brand doesn't get a mention or a citation link, like how would you just go ahead and justify? And it's fair from for them to kind of panic. So yeah, that's how it's causing a panic attack for the leadership team. But now is the time for SEOs to go ahead and explain the correct narrative in a way that SEO is no more a traffic driving channel. It's a brand influence channel. So let's think of it in the same way, and let's try to maximize whatever organic traffic that we are getting. So there are multiple different intents on a particular website. There are a lot of PLG SaaS tools receiving good traffic through classic SERP rankings as of today. So whatever traffic still you are getting, probably 50% of traffic compared to 3 years ago, try to maximize it. And at the same time, how are you tackling the discoverability part of your tool? What are the branding efforts that you're putting in? And how can you make sure that if your competitors are showing up and in your particular category, what can you go ahead and do to influence to get your brand mention? So yeah, yeah, that's about it. Kamlesh, Isha, Vijay, if anyone wants to go next.
I mean, I agree with whatever Parth was saying. That's one point which I also feel. I think that's a so A. I feel that's how management psyches are. So they have a tendency of getting panic. I mean, if you can get panic of every single point of time when the traffic is going up and down, even if irrespective, you know that that's a season where I'm going to go down, but still every time they want a higher way. That's how the psyche are being made. But second, one of the biggest reason I feel like why this panic is happening is maybe we or rather the industry people are also responsible because right now no one knows anything, and just to ensure that they are into to ensure that they become the personal brand custodian of this whole AI world, people are tend to talk about information which they themselves are not sure about. They're just being either they have heard of it or someone else is talking about it. They just created their own story out of it, and that has been talked about. So a lot of times, I personally feel that see the people who are sitting at the higher or the top level are not the ones who are operationally executing things. They are relying on people who are executing it. And a lot of times, uh, when you see those news articles, those I mean, somebody. So it's so sometimes it is not even about that whether you search or not. It is also about somebody told you because AI. I mean, if in the AI engine itself, if like Mana, you just said that they search for it and they don't see anything and then they start panicking. Like right now, if as an SEO expert, to manipulate AI ranking is the easiest thing. All you have to do is just tell them or give them the history of it and then show your management that see your brand is already ranking. So that's the easiest way to even showcase them. But the point is that because there is um, uh, uh, so much of information on the web where people are talking about things and people are influencing them to panic. That would I would say that another biggest reason of their panic.
No, I pick up one of path thread and say it is more like earlier it was easier to say okay you are ranking but you are ranking probably 10, 15, 100, whatever, right? You could still mention a number. Now the challenge is it's either a 0 or 1. Either you are there or you are not there. There is no way you can say okay you put it this way, you put your query that way, then you are visible, right? So unfortunately that is the true condition, that people either see it or they don't see it, and if they don't see it, they say, "Oh, you're not visible." Yes, Parth.
Yeah, there is a narrative attached to this one as well. So it was us as SEOs always selling the vanity metrics that, hey, uh, this is the current traffic. We are receiving 100,000 traffic month over month because we are ranking on position two. So rankings and traffic and all of those were clear vanity metrics. If the leadership was always looking at the whole picture, that, hey, okay, we are ranking on position two, we are receiving 100,000 traffic, and 6% is our conversion rate, this is the revenue that we are generating, blah blah blah, all, if this was the discussion pre AI era, then in today's world there are few leadership folks who understand this narrative, and then they always ask, okay, if we are losing this much traffic which was top of the funnel, what are we doing with middle and bottom of the funnel content? How are we receiving traffic through classic SEO and AI search? What is the conversion rate for both the um I would say this thing, and yeah, so that's how you go ahead and change. But if you have been selling the vanity metrics for a longer period of time, like 3 4 5 10 years, to your leaderships, it's now it's difficult for you to manage for sure. But yeah, that's how it is. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, lovely. Isha, Vijay, any thoughts here?
Mm. Yeah, totally agree with Parth's statement. Like, I recently got one client for like the audit. That was one like big client. So I was just auditing traffic from ChatGPT, and what I noticed, there was almost 8 to 9 thousand traffic a month. And when I checked, uh, revenue was there in terms of like European users. So like there are two pages ranking very well in ChatGPT, and like almost 99% of revenue come from like those two landing pages. Apart from this, like almost I can say 92% traffic was just waste of time and everything. So yeah, like this is also important. Like if we are getting like 8,000 traffic, are we getting leads? Are we getting any revenue apart from this? So yeah, I totally agree. So this is also makes sense. Are we like, getting any like relevant traffic or not?
I would say it's an additional layer, or as an SEO, it's an additional service that you can provide to your client, but it's not or never a replacement to the fundamentals and the classic SEO game. Um, so as we are also discussing about technical SEO, we always knew that we're doing technical SEO because we wanted to make sure that the search engine bot can easily crawl our website, index our website, all those crawling and indexing issues. We were doing it for machine, we were doing it for the bot. Similarly, as Vijay was mentioning about the web MCP, and then how this agentic world would behave, how do you want to place your CTA, your buttons, how do you want bots and agents to interact with particular CTAs? You have to think of a lot of things with respect to technical SEO. But it's just that earlier the focus was just search engine bots. Now it's AI bots, and then these agents would do multiple tasks. And I think so. I read about this particular. I was watching this video, a young chap presenting it to Nikhil Kamath recently last week. I saw some video where they have built a payments um, payment gateway kind of LLM thing where you can just chat, and that particular payment gateway gets a token. So they're closely working with Stripe to get it done. So now going forward, your card details, your zip code, and all those things would be stored in your AI agent, and you just go ahead and buy things. It will just ask for a quick validation that are you sure you want to go ahead and make this purchase, blah blah blah. So yeah, that's how things are going to be. But coming back to the question, like so it's going to be an additional layer, not a replacement for sure. And SEO is classic SEO is clearly discoverability infrastructure, I would say. And if we want to kind of try to understand LLM visibility, we can say that it's an authority validation layer. So yeah, SEOs ensure machines can read the website, and branding ensures that machines trust your brand and puts it forward. Yep.
So maybe we are going to go back on that popular principle which all of us as SEOs we used to propose, that right for humans and not for machines, but now we are changing it to right for machines but not for humans.
Exactly. I think so. The whole essence of storytelling and writing, because now it's like chunk retrieval and passages, and you're optimizing your content. You want to write your content pretty straightforward, like X is Y. You don't want to complicate things. Like you lose your voice as a content writer, because your content is going to be picked up, it's going to be synthesized and portrayed on any of the LLM surface. So if I love to read backlinko blogs or Hrefs blogs, there were some puns included by the authors. Like I don't think so. Now all of that is like, why would someone put efforts to write a blog post? I know authors who are writing a blog post for like 2 weeks straight, a lot of edits. So that's something, it's going to be vintage going forward. But yeah, exciting times to be had.
So I'll put it little controversially in terms of, are we as SEOs being selfish here?
Yeah, we are moving with the flow because we want to keep our pockets deep. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Vijay Isha, your thoughts.
Mine are that we are writing for machine, but ensuring that we are, but having human in mind, not just machine in mind. Because I understand that yes, we are, I mean, what Parth said, and even you said that yes, we are selfish because every, like in the end, we are working for our own bread and butter. But I will still go with the same philosophy, which I think from decades, even in the SEO industry, we talked about it, irrespective of the algorithms and things, is that till the time your clients are also getting bread and butter by what you are producing, there is no harm in what you're doing.
Nice to put it, but the counter, right, to it is, say, my client will earn its bread and butter by conversions, for example. And conversions, whatever way they are getting, right, through agents doing conversion, they'll still be okay. And they'll say, okay, guys, I don't need an SEO team. I will optimize for agents. And if agents are still giving me conversions, I am fine, right? So, and the reason for me asking that question is, are we as SEOs ready for that kind of scenario and say, okay, yes, I can do SEO for human beings and I have done that for last 15 years, etc., 10 years, etc. And I know this game and I can help you optimize for agents also, because that is what is going to be the future, or that is what going to be present 2 years down the lane. Yes, Parth.
Yeah, yeah, I just wanted to answer that. Earlier, we were following the particular rule that right for humans, optimize for machines. But now, as the narrative has changed, there are two things. A, you do really good copywriting on your landing pages, where there is sales copy where you want people to convert, and then there is content writing on for like top of the funnel content, blogs, whatever. Now this content writing stuff, humans were searching on Google based on their emotions, their locations, and blah whatnot, and they were searching, they were finding content through links, reading it, whatever. But now humans are lazy, and they are going to ask machines to go ahead and find that content in the flavor that they want to consume in. You give me a summary, you give me a table, and whatnot. So at the end of the day, all the content writing should be optimized for machines. So if like most of us would have worked in B2B industry, we would never optimize it for the end decision maker, but we were always putting out content for decision influencers. So similarly, like I'm just trying to match the analogy here. We'll have to write content for machines, because at the end of the day, humans are going to request machines to get their answers. So yeah, this particular understanding will require um, a lot of clarity going forward as an SEO, and as the whole content marketing effort.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is where I wanted to sneak in one question in terms of, if a brand does not appear on LLM, would we consider that as a SEO failure or a brand failure?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Obviously, the credit goes to branding team. We are not going to take all the blame for sure. Um, but having said that, the role of SEOs has expanded quite a bit. Earlier, we used to work with multiple different functions, and we were already struggling uh, to get our technical SEO tickets done with the developers. But now that part is probably solved. Like we can almost 80% of the coding problem we as SEOs can now solve using AI. But now we have couple more functions to work with, the branding, the communication, digital PR teams. So it's our role to kind of put out the strategy, what are the inputs required for whatever output that we are expecting as a whole SEO, like outputs and KPI. So then we have to learn to get things done from other functions if we want to succeed as a whole, like in SEO. But yeah, it's we cannot take this blame, but at the same time we have to create the right balance, educate and yeah, probably delegate and take the right responsibilities.
Super. Isha, Vijay, if you want to contribute. All right. In that case, I'll move on to the next one. This also comes along the same lines in terms of, because we are trying to put a blame somewhere, or when I say it failure, etc., it is also someone's responsibility, if not a failure. Uh, who should own the budget? Right? Because at the end of the day, someone still has to pay for either content, either PR or SEO, or all of this. Right, Parth, you want to take it up? Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. That this there should be a team of branding, digital PR, overall media narrative. I think so. Multiple things kind of play the role here. So considering that, the whole leadership team, like who is controlling all these functions in the marketing department, I think so they should get control of this particular whole budget. And yeah, that's my take. I think so branding, digital PR are the key functions. And there should be an additional budget apart from SEO for all these functions, although it's going to aid in SEO. But yeah,
My CFO will not agree. But on a serious note, right? In terms of because when I said budgets for them or for SEO versus a branding, how should teams be restructured also? Because now, as we keep conversing and over last few weeks, as we have been talking about, should PR also come as part of the growth team rather than a brand team? Because they should equally be responsible for driving growth. Uh, because discovery is getting onto LLMs now.
I think so. The PR team should function as they used to function in the whole branding narrative of a particular brand. But this at the same time, how SEOs can align and make sure that, hey, please make sure to include these items in your narrative, so we get the added benefit. Yeah.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I think in the budget, so I would say this is more for when we are talking about a team. Then I would say uh, the overall budget based on that the conversion, I guess, because uh, right now we can through the analytics we can get where the visibility is getting much higher and the conversion as well. So based on that, which channel we are getting more conversion or more visibility for of our product. So then the budget will be allocated, I think. Yeah.
Okay, good. Isha?
Okay, so what I was actually talking at that point of time, Malhar, was that I believe PR was always part of the growth team itself, and I would say that uh, at least that's what I have started pushing people as well is that we should start it. So previously, what I remember is SEO was always being compared to performance marketing more and not from the brand perspective. So now I would say that more than PR, SEO as a channel for any brand should be taken. SEO and AIO and the visibility should be taken from the brand perspective and not just from the performance perspective. Of course, performance is something which is an end product where you because from a brand perspective also when a brand is working on when they're working on the logo design, the strategy, and everything. They are thinking from long terms in terms of revenue. And the same thing the SEO people also does when they work on the better UI, UX experience, the integration across various channels, the creation of the content which can be published and spread across various channels. It is part of the brand activity. So I would say that PR, I believe, was always part of the growth thing. It is just that PR previously was more of a standalone, and brands used individually used to take a decision. SEO now should be part of the brand narrative itself, so that when the brand is taking any decision in terms of PR, the SEO are parallelly being added.
Fantastic. And so I'll go a step back here in terms of, because when we say SEO, a part of optimization is also the technical bit. And this is something that I have a challenge whenever I'm talking to the technical SEO guys, in terms of that they don't want to be part of growth. They still want to be part of tech team, right? Then they say we are responsible to maintain the tech layer. I don't care how your conversion metrics, other KPIs are being talked about or measured, etc. So how do we align all those things with the new reality that okay, there is a technical SEO guy, there is your organic or on page SEO guys, and there is PR also, right? So from a team structure point of view or relationship point of view or also reporting point of view, do we want, or are we saying that okay, let all of them come under growth and everyone gets measured based on conversion, that if conversion is not happening, we figure out okay, is there a technical issue, is it a branding issue from a PR point of view, and the SEO guy trying to mix and match everything together.
Mm, to answer to this one, I think so. Uh, with AI uh, advancing rapidly, uh, the role of like I'll just refer to what I have experienced before COVID. I'm referring to 2017-18 era, where there were a couple of folks in the team, and one would be just doing on-page SEO mostly, and a little bit of technical SEO audit. But there would be a guy or a girl who would specialize in screaming frog and running those on crawls and whatnot. And there would be one person would be specifically for off-page SEO, whatever used to work back in the day, like guest post outreach and. But now all of these roles are merged into one. Like if you're using AI, you can get done with like 1,000 pages of like 1,000 e-commerce product description pages with all the meta tags and all the sufficient hygiene items required, and obviously technical SEO as well. Two things can be done here. A, if you have a dedicated off-page team which you have been holding on for like quite a longer time, like 3, 4, 5 years or more than that, maybe you can kind of upskill them and make them learn digital PR, or the other way around, move the off-page team to the digital PR, or probably merge them into the on-page team and just let digital PR team do the off-page, like the backlinks part. So that's how the approach should be taken with respect to team and responsibilities and how to delegate. Yeah, and then it depends on how this approach is being kind of taken. The budgets needs to be allocated.
Super.
I would say
Let,
that that's why, Malad, that's why we say that hire an agency, because otherwise you will have to hire 10 employees. So better hire one agency who will take care of all of these things, because otherwise why will you hire one an individual part?
retainer थोड़ा कम कर दो.
Nowadays, I hire one agent.
Right?
Yeah,
That is the future that I was going to come out, right?
that's the debate going on Twitter. Like I've been watching tweets from the veteran SEO folks. Lily Ray was just commenting that there was some tweet that, hey, rather than paying $1,500 to an SEO guy or an agency, uh, why not uh, just do this on Claude, blah blah blah, and you don't need a candidate who does who works for $1,500, and then Lily Ray was commenting that, hey, we as experienced SEO will have to go and clear off all the littering around, considering these agents would do on multiple different websites. So yeah, it's going to be interesting times, new roles. Yeah, yeah.
I built 35 agents internally. I have a CEO, have a, I already paused this PG. So I have created like each and every skill for each role. But yeah, still they are silly. Like I ran one experiment. So like I created 8,000 pages programmatically, and like automated everything, infrastructure to everything. So from my iMessage, I just approve. Okay, you can merge this PR on GitHub, and you won't believe the bot has like blocked every like recently created pages for all the crawlers. 2 days back, I message, hey Vijay, like something is wrong. Now our pages has been not indexing. What to do? He's also asking me some question, and he's also like recommending me like solution. Or Cloudflare is blocking LLM traffic. Can we roll back through this? I've done this 2 days back. I was like, bro, why have you done this? So yeah, this can be done. So like we need a one person for each and everything as a reviewer.
Yeah, we can prompt AI, and we can, hey, this is my blood test report or any preventive health checkup, and it will show, hey, your vitamin deficiencies, but when to take, what dosage to take, what's the right timing. If you take an IV into an IM, that's going like that's going to cause a lot of reactions. Like if you take an injection which was meant to be taken intramuscular, and if you take it intra IV, that's going to mess up.
I can share that screenshot with you because that SEO guy I named his clan. He's asking QA guy was not in meeting, so I skipped this part. I was like, what the, what's going on? Yeah, like this is like looks like a real SEO team, like real agency team. But yeah, like I am working on something. We'll like share for beta testing very soon.
But is that the future of agency, or and this coming to all of you in terms of, because say, some of you are freelancers, some of you have agencies, I am from brand. So for me to make a decision that should I go with a agency, or should the agencies also think that okay, I have a 10-member SEO team, but I can probably create multiple agents and monetize better because I will save on the cost or the human cost that I'm incurring.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, Vijay? Then I'll add.
No, Padma, you can go.
Yeah. So interesting times, like just if we think about things like a year down the line, 2 years down the line, multiple web agents interacting with each other, and we are just probably using whisper flow or some voice chat to just, hey, book the tickets, hey, do check in for my flight and whatnot. Now, if we think of that world, there'll be multiple brands interacting with each other, where we'll have Stripe as a payment gateway, or if we refer to in Indian context, we rather pay or pay you or whatever payment gateway. So think of, if we think of it, there'll be a lot of exclusivity and collaborations and partnerships. So as we have seen this partnership between Google and Reddit, similarly we'll see those world of partnerships that, hey, particular brands will only allow bots from trusted brands to make transactions on their brand. So Amazon will partner with someone, and we can only place order using voice commands, using limited number of web agents. So that's going to be the future world, and I think so. Companies like Cloudflare and a lot of other server infrastructure cybersecurity companies has got a lot of future, because recently in our SEO roundtable in Bangalore, I think so most of you might have seen our post floating around. So we had a particular candidate. She is working in a company where they have built a software which identifies interview cheating. So if they're remote jobs, if someone, so now remote interviews, the interviewers ask to share screen. So there is a software which still shows answers to the interviewee, but not the interviewer, even if they share the screen. So these folks have built a anti-cheating this thing that can identify those bypasses as well. So I think so. A lot of these guardrails and a lot of new business models are going to pop up, and yeah, it's going to be crazy times ahead.
Okay, fantastic. So, what KPIs are we focusing on now then? Let me flip that and say, because the agency model is changing, freelancers changing, brands changing. What KPIs are we talking about now? How do we measure success of either of them? Are we still saying conversions, or before conversions we are still talking about few other stuff?
Okay. So obviously, it all boils down to conversions and revenue. But because SEO is a long-term game, and initial kicks are initial dopamine hits are those vanity metrics. Earlier, it used to be rankings and traffic, but the longer term picture is obviously going to be the revenue and the conversions. But I think so. If we compare to traffic and rankings, it's for sure going to move to a share of AI voice. What's the frequency of the citations, the brand mentions that you are getting? Um, are you getting cited in the right category of prompts? Uh, that is also a very important factor. What are the topics that your brand is getting picked up? Are you associated with the right entities, or probably there is a misalignment there? And yeah, so obviously the bottom line KPIs would remain conversions and revenue and acquisition focused, but there'll be a lot of brand KPIs popping up, which helps in AI presence.
Okay. Others, Isha, Kamlesh, Vijay, KPI changes. What are you tracking apart from conversions as a metric? Agency, freelancer point.
So for being brand, like uh, I recently posted uh, a post on LinkedIn related to AI overview, how to track grounding and XYZ. Uh, Thanks to Olivier. So I keep contributing for like this type of uh, extension. What was the blocker? If I want to check AI overview tracking for, let's say, I have 500 prompts, like not prompts, but if I want to track, let's say, any package, Dubai tour package, like city place order, anything package, and uh, I just want to discover how Google is picking like huge brand, let's say Make My Trip, then Thrilophilia, then Thomas Cook, who is the winner. So like that's how when you like uh, run anything at scale, then like you get to know that okay, Google is grounding this this amount of URLs and domains, but only some amount of domains are like ranking at like at least stable position in AI or you or something like that. So yeah, like some of my big clients, when they ask me to like check how we are ranking very well in terms of AIO and AI, like AI mode and AI overview, I used to keep like a citation part and um, in linking part, how many times we are getting cited versus our competitor. So yeah, go and check it out my extension. You will get like for each and every day you search something, this tool will like track and make sure how your brand is cited in AIO and AI mode in Google.
Okay, coming back to the question, Malhar, matrix. Very good question. Uh, I mean, see, uh, till date, of course, traffic is still the most important matrix. I'm sure we all must have read the post of Alida Solis where she said that like a good detailed research has been done where we all were talking about that AI overview has taken the clicks, but ideally clicks were not being taken by AI overview. It has been shifted to the paid side of it. So traffic still remains a very important metric. The only thing is that now how are you showcasing traffic? It's not just organic traffic; it is a traffic across all the channels, including AI, including referral, all the non-paid channels which are contributing. And and as Vijay mentioned, apart from like there are right now a couple of tools which are experimenting on the mentions, the brand mentions which are in the AI overview which is happening. And I'm very much promised. I mean, I'm very much looking forward to the Bing Webmaster AI performance report. If that can create some more leverage to our matrix to showcase of- to the clients and and last but not the least, of course, the conversions is what we are still talking about. One thing which like just to ensure that as an agency survival, one thing which I have also started doing is that uh, I have also started telling my clients that you know the content which you are generating, because the content generation which is happening right now with the SEO team, which obviously previously used to happen, like you used to hardly post one or two blogs, your content used to be very limited. Now that content generation has exceeded to the peak. So even if that content is performing using any other channel, it has to be attributed to the efforts which we are doing. So that's an additional thing which we are right now talking, ensuring that we are showcasing in our report.
A brilliant one. So again, what I was also trying to debate here in terms of the owning of those KPIs from an SEO perspective to a brand guy, right? Who owns it? Because like from an agency point of view, there was a very good answer of you tracking certain aspects of the entire journey. But when you're talking those to the your client, right? Do you talk to the SEO guy or would you talk to the brand guy and say, okay, this is what is needed for us to improve XYZ KPI?
So there, I would say that of course, like it depends on whom you are talking. So if it is a marketer, like if it's a digital marketer or CMO person, you are uh, talking to, then you talk to the language where they can convince their senior management. But if you are talking to the senior management, then we have to have we need to have that one team approach. We cannot start pushing that this is this responsibility, this is this responsibility, this is this responsibility. Because because when we sit and discuss in our monthly review meeting or in our weekly meeting also with our clients, we tell them that it's not just Like if I am owning up that paid is attributing when you run any kind of a paid marketing channel, when you run any kind of a branding activities, my organic traffic, my organic clicks increase, and I'm owning that up. I'm saying that yeah, because that this happens. Then we also need to tell them that if we generate a particular content and if you are promoting them into using XYZ activities, it has to be uh, like the effort has to be divided between both because we were the generators, they were the promoters. So in the end, I would say, and that's why in the end, what we usually talk about is what are the North Star metrics for the project. If it is traffic, let's just talk about the traffic. If it is conversion, let's just talk about the conversion. All of these other things are more from the operational strategies what we need to take or the decision which we need to take for in the future.
Okay, super. Let me take a break on this one, but wonderful conversation. I know there were some other tangents on the conversation that we went, but the message, I guess, still remains clear. There is SEO, there is brand. Both have to work together to build on the LLM visibility. It cannot be only one person, one team that can manage it now. Uh, and then you add to the complexity in terms of having the PR guys, etc., also coming in. Interesting time ahead. Lot of stuff is still hazy, if I can say it that way. Uh, Maybe wait on it for a bit, and there could be a clear picture. But till then, keep joining SEO Talk so that we have a better picture and ready for the next wave. Thank you so much for being around. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Always lovely to pick your brains. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.